When I found out my boyfriend's running friends had been laughing at me behind my back for 2 whole years, I thought my heart was going to explode from the humiliation. But what I did next will shock you. The Perfect Facade. My name is Carolina, I'm 28 years old, and I'm a graphic designer. The story starts 3 years ago when I met Tiago. He was an amazing guy, but he had a vice: running. Every day at 5 a.m., he'd go running with his group of friends. I thought it was sweet, a guy who took care of himself. The group was made up of 5 people: Tiago, Ricardo, Fernanda, Bruno, and Patricia. All in their 30s, all super fit, all acting like the elite of the fitness world that I always tried to fit in. At lunches, at parties, I'd go with a smile on my face. But I always felt something strange. You know that feeling like you're the odd one out? Like the conversation stops when you walk in? That was exactly it. They were polite, but cold. Fernanda, who worked at a beauty clinic, would analyze me from head to toe with a fake little smile. "Oh, Carol, don't you want to start running too? It's so good for your body." I'd reply that I preferred the gym, and she'd make a face as if I'd just said I'd rather eat garbage. Patricia, the nutritionist, was even worse. "Wow, Carol, are you sure about that sausage? It has so much sodium, it'll make you bloated." I'd smile on the outside, but inside I was dying of embarrassment. Tiago always defended them. "Honey, you're being paranoid. They're super nice, they're just a little reserved." I started making excuses not to go to their get-togethers anymore. I had no idea that my absence only made things worse. Without me there, they had a free pass to say whatever they wanted, and that's exactly what they did. The phone call that destroyed my world. It was a Tuesday in March when the truth hit me like a punch to the gut. I was at work when my friend Julia, who lived in the same building as Ricardo, called me. "Carol, you need to sit down." I overheard a conversation I wasn't supposed to hear. My stomach dropped instantly. She told me that Ricardo's apartment window was open, and she heard the entire running group, including Tiago, talking about me. Fernanda said, "What a relief Carol didn't come. At least we can talk about interesting things." Patricia added, "Seriously, she's dead weight at our get-togethers." I could barely breathe, but the worst was yet to come. Bruno said, "Tiago could find someone who at least tries to fit in with our lifestyle." And Tiago, my boyfriend, laughed and replied, "Guys, Carol has her qualities, but the fitness side isn't her strong suit. Sometimes, I wonder if it wouldn't be better to be with someone who shared more of my interests." It felt like a gunshot. The man I loved was questioning our relationship with his friends behind my back. I hung up the phone and broke down crying. 2 whole years of them pretending to like me, just to tear me apart behind my back. When I got home, Tiago was there, smiling, with dinner ready. "Honey, the guys missed you today." The lie came out of his mouth so naturally it disgusted me, but I didn't explode. Lying next to him, listening to him snore, I made a decision. If they wanted a war, they would get one. But they had no idea that they had completely underestimated who I was. The graphic designer's revenge. I'm a graphic designer and I work in digital marketing. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's research. In the following weeks, I became an invisible spy. Digging deep, I uncovered the dirtiest secrets of each of them. The fitness goddess, Fernanda, had 3 plastic surgeries in the last year alone. The personal trainer, Ricardo, sold illegal anabolics. The nutritionist, Patricia, used amphetamines to maintain her weight. And the lawyer, Bruno, was under investigation for professional misconduct and embezzlement. I saved all the information, but I needed more. That's when I had the most brilliant idea of my life. I created a fake Instagram profile, Marcela Santos. A beautiful personal trainer, new to the city. Within a few days, they all followed me back. In 1 week, I was already in their WhatsApp group as a potential new member. I read all their conversations, all the gossip. And it was through the group that I discovered the final bomb. They had a separate chat called Inner Circle, and there, my God, They humiliated everyone who tried to get close to them. There were screenshots of conversations about other runners, clients from Fernanda's clinic, and, of course, about me. Tiago even sent a picture of me sleeping and wrote, "Sometimes, I wonder what it would be like to date someone who would wake up and run with me." I saved everything. Every screenshot, every audio file, every humiliation that I had everything I needed. My plan was just beginning. Revenge is a dish best served cold, and in public I waited 2 more weeks. One day, Tiago told me he had scheduled a meetup with the group. "Marcella is finally showing up, honey. Maybe you'd like to meet her too." I smiled. "Sure, honey. I'd love to meet this Marcella." The next day, while he was at work, I executed phase 2 of my plan. I called the Regional Nutrition Council, the Bar Association, Ricardo's gym, and I anonymously reported each of them, sending all the evidence. Within 2 days, chaos erupted in their lives. That Friday, I scheduled a meeting with them through Marcella. "Finally, let's meet at the park at 6 a.m. on Saturday." Tiago came home all excited. Saturday morning, I got ready, but not as Marcella. I went as Carolina, with a special surprise. I arrived at the park and saw them from a distance, all dressed up. I approached them slowly. "Hi, guys, what a coincidence to find you here." Their faces of surprise were priceless. They tried to play it cool, but I continued. "By the way, are you waiting for someone?" Ricardo cleared his throat. "Yeah, a new personal trainer, Marcella." I clapped my hands. "Oh, Marcella. What a shame she can't make it." "Because Marcella is me." The silence that followed was deathly. The look of shock on their faces was the most satisfying thing I had ever seen. I took out my phone and started reading the messages from their group out loud. With each phrase, their faces grew paler. "Carol looked like a sausage in that tight outfit." "That was you, Fernanda, wasn't it?" Funny, coming from someone who had her whole body redone in the last 2 years. "Tiago should train his girlfriend." "Ricardo, right?" Curious, coming from someone who sells illegal anabolics. I didn't stop there. "And you thought I'd stay quiet? That I'd accept being treated like garbage?" Tiago, the man I love, questioning our relationship behind my back. I looked at him with disgust. "I'm not an idiot. And you destroyed yourselves with your own actions. Since you feel so superior, get ready for the consequences." I left them there, in the park, in complete shock. And I walked away. The real victory in the following days, it was like watching an avalanche. Ricardo was fired, Fernanda lost half her clients. Patricia had her license suspended, and Bruno was fired. Tiago, well, he tried to contact me for days. He cried, he begged for forgiveness, he said he truly loved me. But it was too late. You can't trust someone who humiliates you behind your back. Revenge was sweet. But the real victory was something else. I discovered that it wasn't just me. They thought they were an elite, superior to everyone. But the ones who were truly small were them. Happy and fulfilled people don't need to humiliate others. And me. I'm happier than ever that I learned that my worth doesn't depend on anyone, and that my strength is much greater than anyone who tries to diminish me. I broke up with Tiago, of course. And I met a new guy who treats me like I'm the most incredible person in the world. And, ironically, I started running. At my own pace, my own way, with people who accept me exactly as I am. So, if someone tries to put you down to make themselves feel bigger, remember, the problem is theirs, not yours. If this story inspired you, if you've been through something similar, leave a comment. Give the video a like and subscribe to the channel to see more stories of overcoming.